They've survived the world's harshest weather conditions, but curiosity may be their undoing. The century-old Mawson's huts offer a glimpse at what life was like for the men of the first Australasian Antarctic expedition. But even though the Frozen Museum is in one of the most isolated places on Earth, it's still affected by tourism. The ABC's Karen Barlow has this rare look inside the huts at Antarctica's Commonwealth Bay.
This is the sanctuary of the first Australasian Antarctic expedition, Mawson's huts at Commonwealth Bay. 18 men lived, ate, slept, wrote in their diaries, existed amazingly in this place, the windiest place on the planet. A year of snow has to be dug before entering Mawson's hut's doorway. But once in, you've stepped back in time. Soot and ice crystals cling to surfaces while the huts still smell of the dirty acetylene and seal blubber fuel the Mawson men used for lighting. This now rusty stove burned 24 hours a day, warming the small space. Clothes still hang on hooks, and what's left of the stores line the walls, as do 2 levels of bunks for the 17 men. Each bunk named and dated by the man who slept there.
It really feels like a home. I'm struck by how sort of homely and charming and inviting it is. What an amazing refuge it must have offered them.
Antarctica is pouring into Douglas Mawson's separate room and is covering his remaining papers. The tiny space is a study in isolation. White hoarfrost covers the bed, chair, shelves and this risque picture. It's a piece of civilisation in the vast Antarctic wilderness.
You can imagine Mawson sitting in his chair in his cubicle and people working in the kitchen, and it's marvellous to come back and just get that bit of a feeling of what it must have been like for the 18 of them living in this tiny space.
There are still years more conservation work to do, and there's a constant battle with the snow, ice and the occasional tourist souveniring a priceless piece of Australian history. Karen Barlow, ABC News, Mawson's Huts, Antarctica.
And you can see more extensive coverage of Karen Barlow's trip to Commonwealth Bay and Mawson's Huts next week on 7:30.